The moment Jacob walked into the fancy rooftop restaurant, every table went silent. Wearing his only clean shirt, he tried to hold his breath to hide the smell of engine oil. They all thought the same thing. He doesn't belong here. Jacob felt it too, but he didn't know it was so much worse than that. He didn't know the blind date his coworkers hyped up all week wasn't real. He didn't know they were hiding just behind the glass doors, phones out, waiting to laugh, waiting to see the poor mechanic embarrass himself. Jacob Miller was a 27-year-old mechanic who had spent his life covered in grease, sweat, and responsibility. He supported his widowed mother and teenage sister, so he never had time or money for love. When his co-workers at the auto shop told him a friend of a friend wanted to meet him, he actually believed them. They described her as sweet, kind, and totally into hard-working guys. It was the first spark of hope he'd felt in years. He spent what little he had fixing his old boots, ironing his shirt 3 times, and borrowing cologne. He arrived early, heart pounding. When he gave the hostess the name for the reservation, she raised an eyebrow. "Sir, that reservation is for a private table. Are you certain you're expected?" He nodded, trying not to look like a man who doubted his own worth. He followed her to the private balcony, totally unaware his coworkers were outside, muffling their laughter. At the table sat a young woman with long dark hair, wearing a soft blue dress. She looked up, startled. "Oh, you're early?" Jacob frowned. "I'm sorry. My name is Jacob. I was told someone wanted to meet me." Her eyes softened. "Please, sit." Her name was Lena Hartwell. You didn't know it yet, but she was the daughter of billionaire CEO Philip Hartwell. She wasn't supposed to be on a date. She was just escaping a stuffy dinner party her father was hosting. But fate has a strange way of writing better stories than we ever could. Jacob sat stiffly, apologizing for his rough hands and his worn-out jacket. But Lena didn't laugh. She leaned forward, listening like he was the most interesting man in the world. And for the first time, Jacob talked about himself without shame. He told her about fixing old engines, his mother's sickness, and his dream of opening his own repair shop one day, a shop with fair prices and honest work. Lena's eyes glistened. No one in her world talked with such honesty. "Well," she said softly, "you're nothing like the men my father surrounds himself with." Jacob froze. He finally understood. "You're—" She laughed gently. Something like that. Just then, a burst of laughter erupted from behind the glass. Jacob turned. There they were, his coworkers, recording, pointing, laughing. His stomach dropped. His face burned with shame. Stood up abruptly, knocking his chair over. "Sorry," he choked out. "This was a joke. A prank. I wasn't supposed to be here." Lena's face turned from soft to furious. "A prank," she whispered. Jacob nodded, completely humiliated. As he turned to run, Lena grabbed his arm. "Wait." She walked straight to the glass door and flung it open. Her voice was ice. "Is this funny to you?" The group fell silent. Lena stepped in front of Jacob, protecting him. "For your information," she said, her voice shaking with anger, "I like him." Jacob's breath caught in his throat. She turned to him, her eyes steady. "I like how you talk. I like how you care. Like who you are. And if they can't see that, then the joke is on them." Just then, a booming voice cut through the silence. "What's going on here?" Everyone turned. It was Philip Hartwell, Lena's father, the CEO himself. He looked from his daughter to the mechanic in the faded shirt. Lena explained everything. To Jacob's surprise, the CEO didn't mock him. He just studied him with sharp eyes. "You're an honest worker?" "Always," Jacob said. "Do you treat my daughter with respect?" "Yes, sir." "Then I have no problem," Philip said, extending a hand to Jacob. "Son, I believe in hard-working people. Now tell me about that repair shop dream of yours." When Jacob finished, Philip smiled. "I can help you start it, not because you're with my daughter, but because you've earned it." Later that night, Lena walked Jacob to his dusty truck. He felt embarrassed again. "I know it's not much," he muttered. She smiled, touching his cheek. "It's honest. And that means more to me than any luxury car." Jacob looked at her, his world shifting. "Why did you stand up for me?" he whispered. Her answer was simple. "Because you're the kind of man no prank, no wealth, no cruel joke can break. And that's the kind of man worth choosing." Months later, Jacob's own repair shop opened. Lena was right there, cutting the red ribbon beside him. finally understood. Sometimes, the cruelest prank can lead you straight to the person who will fight for you, believe in you, and change your life forever. Real love isn't found in perfection or money. It's found in courage, honesty, and in the people who see your worth even when you don't. Never let anyone convince you that you are less. Your story can turn around in a single moment. Thanks for watching.